Hi, everybody. It's so great to be with you. I appreciate all you're doing to help out kids, and I appreciate you honoring the great Chuck Harmon, a wonderful son of Indiana from his time down in Washington, Indiana, where he was a state champion basketball player, a wonderful football player, and obviously a great baseball player. I first met Mr. Harmon back in 1990 when I was working in television in Cincinnati. There was a bit of a conflict during the 1990 World Series between star player Eric Davis and the owner Marge Schott. And my bosses wanted me to find out, if I could, what it was like for African American players back in the 50s compared to that day. And through that, I was able to get a hold of Mr. Harmon. I knew his nephews, Bill and Tom, who were from Indiana, and I'd known earlier. And I was able to get together and compare what it was like for players. And obviously, it was better, but things still needed to be done. Things still need to be done today. That started a relationship with Mr. Harmon and ended up just a few years ago with us doing the book First Black Red, the story of Chuck Harmon. He played for the Reds, he played for the Phillies, he played for the St. Louis Cardinals. He was the first African American to play for the Reds, thus my book, First Black Red. He was one of the first African Americans to play for the Phillies and also the St. Louis Cardinals. The time I spent with Mr. Harmon was one of the greatest times of my life. We were able to go to events like Cincinnati Reds games, just sit there and talk, and he would mention things like what it was like when Jackie Robinson would come to town, that he might tell his wife that Jackie might be over for dinner that night, just amazing things. How he handled things, a death threat in New York City one time where he just quietly went out there. Oscar Robertson told me once that all the players of that time, including himself in basketball, they had ways of handling it. And Oscar had his way, Jackie had his way, and Chuck had his way. And Chuck was kind of a quiet gentleman who took a lot of abuse and just went out there and worked hard every day. He became a great businessman. He became a great ambassador for the Cincinnati Reds, and we miss him dearly, but we appreciate all he did for the game of baseball, all he did for youth, and it's so wonderful to be part of something honoring Mr. Chuck Harmon today. So I thank you for letting me be a small part of it. Have a great day.